Good morning student. Today's topic interference. Then we will see about the diffraction also.
Today's topic interference in thin films. So thin films we have to consider as a soap bubble or a oil thin film. Oil which can be spread on the water surface, it forms a different colors, and also a soap bubble is also forms a different colors because of the interference pattern. So here this rod like structure, that is the distance d, is considered as a thin film. Either it is a soap oil or oil. So here the incident light is entered to that thin film. What happens? Partially reflected and also partially refraction takes place. So again this refracted ray, again it gets reflected and refracted. Here the remaining rays can enter into emergent ray, can enter the outside. That is, these two are the same medium and this is the thin film medium. Suppose if you are considered as a soap bubble, so outside air, inside also air medium. So this layer only considered as a soap layer. So like that. So these are all the interference can be occurred inside the soap bubble. Now we have to find out the constructive and destructive interference for transmitted ray and also reflected ray. From this diagram, so the path difference shows the AB plus BC. So AB is considered as a D and also BC is considered as D. So totally the path difference delta is equal to 2D. Approximately we have to take in that 2D. So delta is equal to 2D is the path difference. So according to the path difference, optical path difference we have to find out. So in this optical path difference we have to multiply the refractive index. So mu is the refractive index. So delta is equal to 2 mu d. So 2d is the path difference. Optical path difference means we have to multiply the refractive index. So 2d into mu. So optical path difference delta is equal to 2 into mu d. Then the condition for constructive interference. So for a transmitted ray, refracted ray. So 2 mu d is equal to, for a constructive interference, what is the condition? N lambda. Similarly for destructive interference, so similarly destructive interference 2 mu d is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. So this is the destructive interference. Next one we have to find out the reflected ray. For first we have to find out the condition for constructive interference for the reflected ray. So reflected ray, in addition path difference is added, so lambda by 2, because partially refracted. First we find out the refracted. Here addition reflected is also, that's why we include the lambda by 2 value is also for the general equation 2. So 2 mu d plus lambda by 2 is equal to n lambda for constructive interference. So what is the final derivation here? 2 mu d is equal to n lambda. So this term can be minus lambda by 2 is equal to lambda taken as a common value, then n minus 1 by 2. So multiply this term by 2 because of the LCM. So 2n minus 1. So finally you will get 2 mu d is equal to lambda by 2, then 2n minus 1. So this is the condition for what is the condition? Destructive interference condition. So for the above equation, so we have the, for constructive n lambda is the condition. For here the reflected ray for the constructive interference shows the destructive condition. So what is the truth here? It obeys the same condition. So next So next one, the condition for destructive interference for reflected ray. So 2 mu d plus half, that is lambda by 2 is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. The term 2n plus 1 for our convenience, because so suppose we have to substitute the minus 1 here, means we are not getting the n lambda value. So we have to change that value into the plus 1 value. So in this term, so finally we have to simplify this term. 2 mu d is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2 minus of lambda by 2. So take it out the common value and inside cancel the sum terms, and finally you will get n lambda. So 2 mu d is equal to n lambda. This is a condition for constructive. Here this is a condition for destructive. So it obeys the same condition.
So next topic is diffraction. Diffraction is also the type of wave. Diffraction is also the bending of wave around the sharp edges into the geometrically shaded region. So this is the example for this diffraction. Two holes are there. Slit means holes. From the two holes, here the bending of clearly shows that the bending of waves. So that is referred as the diffraction. And day-to-day life example is, so see that light rays enter into the clouds and shows the bending of rays like structure, no? So that is one of the best example for the diffraction. So the next topic is difference between Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction. So diffraction can be divided into two types. So one is Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction. There are the two scientists give their different ideas about the diffraction. So that is considered as a Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction. So first one, Fresnel diffraction. The first point, cylindrical or spherical wavefront undergoes diffraction. Here the diffraction only undergoes the spherical and cylindrical wavefront. So here compare the points of the Fraunhofer diffraction. Plane wavefront undergoes diffraction. Here only he takes the plane wavefront. So second point, light waves is formed from a source at finite distance, but in the Fraunhofer, light wave is from a source at infinity. So finite distance here infinity. Third point, so for laboratory condition, convex lenses no need to used for the Fresnel diffraction, but in the Fraunhofer diffraction we have to use the convex lenses can be used. And fourth point, it is difficult to observe and analyze, but in the Fraunhofer diffraction it is very easy to observe and analyze. And see the picture here, one of the slit is, fifth point, one of the slit is there and the screen is there. So because of the condition of the finite distance, so it can be occurs the diffraction. But in the Fraunhofer diffraction, clearly it can be catch in the screen. So maxima and minima. So here S is the source and two convex lenses can be used and it can be catch on the screen. So these are all the difference between the Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction.
So the another next topic, diffraction at single slit. So see this picture. In this picture we already studied about the Young's double slit experiment. The same experiment here also.